was there.
This is Gaynor Edwards from Spotlight YOPD, or is it YOPD Spotlight? It is Spotlight.
It's Spotlight YOPD. Our name is our mission.
So here we are at the conference. So why did you decide to bring Spotlight to Barcelona this year? What were you hoping to achieve?
Well, this is the third time we've attended the World Parkinson's Congress. It's actually quite a big deal for us because it is the only scientific conference that not necessarily invites, but certainly allows or includes the patient community.
Yeah.
They know the patient community needs to be here, otherwise it's all a little bit pointless.
And that is what is so key, isn't it? It's the scientific community having input from us so that they understand the patients.
Yeah,
better.
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. Because it's one thing, I think because you've got these scientists who, you know, they're ploughing their furrow, they love their science, they love the maths or the AI or the IT or whatever, they're problem solvers.
Yeah.
But the problems that we have are beyond that little mathematic formula problem.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, the problems that we have is this impacts in a very real, very physical and emotional way on our entire body, on our entire being, on our lives, on everything, every element, on us completely, totally, holistically. So
and I think what's very noticeable from attending here, and hopefully for the scientific community, is how every single person with Parkinson's is affected completely differently. Okay, so some of us might have tremors the same, some of us may have got it on one side of our body to start with before the other, and we might all be on different medications or similar medications, but actually everyone is different, so you can't just class it as sort of...
I think because there's so many factors to it, isn't it? I mean, yes, we've got Parkinson's, but it's how Parkinson's impacts on every element of your life, every element of your being, whether it's your sleep, whether it's your digestion, whether it's your work, your relationships. So, you know, and we all, some of us are more resilient than others. So, you know, all of those factors come in.
An interesting fact you told me yesterday is that you can run
when I can't walk.
Walk.
So when I'm off and I've got my draggy leg or my flappy foot, as I like to call it, I'm very technically advanced with this lingo. When that happens, I can still run, and I can run where I'm totally balanced, equal displacement of weight, and not a bad speed, really.
I mean,
I wouldn't say, you know, hugely impressive, but
oh, it's really interesting.
But I think it's something about, you know, it's Parkinson's is the autonomic nervous system. It's your autopilot systems. It's the bits that you don't think about or you shouldn't have to think about, and they go wrong for some reason. So it's almost like a car, and the bits in your car have broken, and you've got that light coming on your, what is it, the computer unit, the CPU or whatever it is. And you know, you've got all these warning signals one after another. And it's so you shouldn't have to think about walking, you shouldn't have to think about talking, about breathing, about swallowing, about digestion, or the rest of it. But actually, they're the bits that are going wrong. So actually, if you kind of circumnavigate to a different part of the brain that actually is governing running or singing, or the elements where actually you have to pay a little bit more attention to, perhaps there's risk involved. Oh, I mean, more than anything, it is absolutely life-embracing, which just sounds bonkers for a condition like Parkinson's. How can that be life-embracing? But massively it is. People are positive, and even those that have kind of absolutely come to terms with their diagnosis and maybe, you know, are of the view that, you know, maybe they're of the view that there won't be a cure in their lifetime, but even so, that's not going to stop them living as much as they can in what's left of their lifetime.
No, I mean, we've had some amazing examples of that, haven't we? Chap yesterday with the musical instruments, he was playing saxophone.
Oh, Tom Gisby.
Yeah, I mean,
Tom is lovely, exactly.
So that was an example.
Yeah.
We had the cyclists who came in on Saturday.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, half of them had Parkinson's, and they all grouped together and helped each other out. And I think that is probably the one thing with Parkinson's is that you are now possibly doing things that you never thought you would have done because of the disease. So yes, would we prefer not to have it? Of course we would, but if you can twist it round and use it to take advantage of forming good relationships,
everything has a silver lining, I guess.
Yeah.
But also, you look at those cyclists. Sorry, I touched the mic. I didn't bother that. You look at those cyclists, and actually, they shouldn't be able to do that. You would think, wouldn't you? How can people with Parkinson's do that kind of a challenge?
London to Barcelona.
But again, it's that whole. It's the autonomic nervous system.
Yeah. That's incredible.
So it's you know, these sports that people have done for possibly because they've done it since they were, you know, a little dot of a child.
Yeah.
But also I think it's because it's a different part of the brain, and it's just that whole circumnavigation of that autonomic nervous system.
Yeah.
Check out the spotlightyopd.org website.
Did you hear
we
that?
will
And
spotlightyopd.org.
again,
spotlightyopd.org.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Gaynor.
Thank you. So lovely to meet you at last. I know.
Lovely to see you.
You take care. Good tan, by the way.
It's fake.